Hey guys, so why will you be successful working with us? At every given moment, there's a place to make money. Yes, we're a competing company, but it doesn't mean there isn't limitless amount of success for all of us. It's just more for everyone. For example, we currently live on Earth, a little blue planet, and we'll be traveling to Mars. They are going to need tradesmen in Mars, whether it's people looking after robotics or physical tradesmen, especially for the first couple of years, they'll need that. What I'm saying is we're all competing and fighting for resources here, and it's just blood red between tradies. It's just fight for prices, for whatever. And I don't think at the end of the day, the tradesmen, the people working in the trades companies are getting what they deserve, the amount of value they're paying. So instead of fighting for resources, let's look at the bigger picture. Let's look at where are we going as a species. You know, we're going to need lots of plumbing. So there's lots of money to be made here. There's lots of profits and money to be made when we get to Mars. So it's just, what I'm saying is let's get out of this competing and let's get into more for all. Like when technology comes in, when Uber came in, there was more for all. If you look at the world compared to 2,000 years ago to now, we're still competing, but we're competing for a much bigger pie. So working together with us, at what given point are you able to make money? Every single moment. So you're a company, you have resources, you have people, you have what you have. You have your skill sets, your mind, your ability to cope with certain kind of projects. Say, for example, you're a company that's really, really good at quoting, but you don't have the people to do it. In that case, I might have the person to do it, but I don't have the ability to quote. And there are hundreds and hundreds of situations like that, all the way to like, if you're struggling with your call center, we can step in there because we've got a fundamental center here as well. So what I'm saying is every given place, if we can work together, there will be more for all. So let's look at the entire process of a business. So you have initially you want to get your brand out there, which is marketing or branding. And if you don't have that, then you will usually subcontract to someone. And that works. That's a business model that currently works. Then the next step of that is to have good advertising. And if you don't have the good right kind of advertising, you may spend a lot of money and not do well. While someone else is really intelligent, really on the ball, always sharp, always using their advertising dollar well, it's not that they're ripping you off by charging you for leads or whatever. It's just because they're much more efficient and cost effective than you at using the advertising dollars. So how would I say? So in that case, you would pay someone to look after your advertising dollars or give you the leads or however you want to do it. And then you've got your call center, which is very difficult to have a call center that cooperates, is on time. You can spend all the money you want in branding, but if your call center can't convert the calls, then you've wasted all the time and resources. And you just keep going down. Then from the call center, it gets down to your salespeople or your plumbers or whatever it may be. Do you have enough salespeople? Do you have enough plumbers or roofers or tradies to go out there and scope the works? Or people in the office that are the salespeople? So as you can start to see at any given process, so if you don't have the salespeople and we do, then we can sell for you and you do the work, or we can give you a percentage. Can you see what I'm getting at? At every single moment, if we work together, there's more for all. And at the end of the day, the consumer does the best. They get the services and things they could never have gotten without this working together. For example, I speak to, and I know hundreds of traders, lots of companies, and speaking to all of them, like say we have a roofing tradie, and I'm like, how are you doing with labor? He goes, I'm working by myself. So that's a problem. If you're working by yourself on a roof, that necessarily won't work because you need two people to hold the sheets and the gutters and all that. I'm just like, so how do you get hands? How do you get help? He's like, I can't find laborers, and if I have a laborer, it's too difficult to work with them. They don't really know what they're doing. And when I find, and to find staff is difficult, and even when I get a staff, I'm not getting the right kind of staff. So this guy's stuck working in small, teeny little jobs when the world needs him to do these big jobs. So how do we overcome that? So we get this really skilled tradesman who owns their own business, is working by themselves, and we team them up with another business that's really skilled and working by themselves because they're struggling as well to find staff to work with. So what we did is we teamed them up. So hey, you guys work together, and now all these jobs that were large re-roofs and resheeting and stuff, now we're doing them finally. And there's so many hundreds of scenarios. So if you have a point where you can't overcome it, or you have a weak point, or you have a fall, we can step in and we can work together somehow. Whether it's me or another company, wherever it is, it's all about more. It's all out there, and that will bring so much value to the builder, the buyer, the consumer, the mum and dad, whoever we're getting our product out to in our industries. So when I do get that question a lot, like if we're going to work together, how do we team up? How do we work together? How do we make this work? So another situation is we've got a guy that does heater servicing. Very, very hard to find someone that does heater servicing because of Type A licenses across Eastern Australia now, all of East Australia. So it's hard to find someone to do it, hard to find someone willing to do it, hard to find someone with the skill set to do it. But after they do the heater service, and if the heater still doesn't work, he doesn't replace them. So in that case, it comes back to us, and then we will find or use someone to do the replacement. So end of the day, the consumer wins, the person doing the heater servicing wins. We are adding a lot of value. Our company is relevant and doing well in society. Let's keep going down the chain. Say you've got issues you struggle with collecting payment. In that case, if you work with us, we do have a large collection payment team that we can collect payment with, and we can always get more people in. You've got so if you go down the process, doing the work as well, getting the work done. Say you make the sales, you're great at selling it, but you don't have someone to do it. Again, let's team up with people and companies out there to do the work, but do the work in a good way. And if there is a warranty or a damage in the future, who's going to step up and do that? That's another thing that you need to team up with the right kind of people that are going to be around long enough to be able to take care of that. Again, end of the day, the consumer wins, you win, we win. So it's, we've had many periods where it's like the logic of the world is completely opposite. They're like, I want to make a better quality of life, so then I will, move from bring my life to a halt and my country to a halt and go and fight someone else for more resources. I will take their resources away. And that's been happening in the human race for a while, and that's sort of stuck in our consciousness, and that's how we respond to things, and that's how the world has been, unfortunately set up as far as I can tell. So we want to sort of get out of that thinking, going, okay, rather than, jump countries and go and try to take resources from some other nation and make ourselves wealthier, and it comes at a cost of damage. Let's try to build a better country. Let's try to build a better company. Let's try to make more value for the world, rather than, whether that's adding more value to the world rather than competing and taking away. Let's look at where we can improve. What is the world looking for, and how do we work and team together to make it work? Because at the end of the day, we all fluctuate in what our resources are. Some guys have like 15 cars, some guys have great tools, some guys have great management skills. So these are all the different companies out there. And so if you team up with a company that has great management skills and you're all over the place, but you're great at on-site stuff, teaming up with each other. So, we don't want to be left behind in the trades. The rest of the world is moving in this direction, whether it's, software. The rest of the world is been doing this for 20 years and moving even faster ahead of each other, but we're always a little bit behind in trades. And if you look at Uber, if you look at Airbnb, look at all these things, the world needed places to stay, and Airbnb stepped up with technology and said, okay, we can make this work. This is how the technology is going to work. This is what we're going to market and brand. So they made the whole pieces of the puzzle work. And who won? The consumer won, Airbnb won, and the people that own these properties won. Everybody won. So I hope you're starting to get a drift of what I'm getting at. It's repetitive everywhere. Say you've got what other processes are in a business that really really any step of a business, from the morning time you wake up to the time you go to bed, if you're going to be sick, do you have backups? How do you manage that? So companies that work with us, if they get sick or they hurt themselves or they can't do it, we will step in and cover the warranty to keep the consumer happy. So end of the day, will your income increase? Will your employees increase? Will your quality of life increase? Absolutely, absolutely. It's just teaming up with the right people. And again, I'm welcoming everyone to team with us. Give us a go. We are we're exceptionally really forward thinking with this kind of stuff. So we've managed to team up with the right kind of real estate, the strata, the right kind of plumbers, the roofers, and the right kind of office and operations. And the technology that we have within the office and the humans and all that kind of stuff, I think we have unlimited capacity to make that bigger. So if you were to team up with us, it doesn't change your life in terms of your business or anything like that. You're just working with us to have more in your life, more quality of life, more income, more profits, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, if you have any questions for us, let us know, and we'll go from there. Thank you.